Hello and welcome back to the live version of Pregame Talks brought to you by Marshall Orthopedics in Tays Valley. Today, your host, Shane, like always, my co-host, Audrey. On the left of me is Landon Poniatowski, and over here is Ryan Smith. Today, we got a couple of questions for you guys. We're going to start with me and Pony. What is the take on the last game?
It was a rough game, a lot of turnovers. I think we had 24 turnovers to be exact, and still pulled out with a win. Got their best player in foul trouble, so that helped. Fouled him out, and Scoot helped a lot in that game too. Scoot went off. And from there, we just kept going. I think we ended up winning by 18.
So what's been the main focus in practice since the last couple of games, and especially since your loss against Poca?
Rebounding, turnovers is a big one. We've been using the medicine ball, heavy ball. Just turnovers in general is the worst thing that we have going for us right now. I think if we can get that together, we could be a pretty solid team.
And another question I got here, so last year we had all those seniors graduate, and they played most of the time. And since it's kind of like your first, not really your first year because you did play some last year, but what's your technique for memorizing and teaching yourself the plays and making sure you know them before you go out in a game?
Ask questions. I ask a lot of questions, and the more that I run through it, the more that I can help other people run through it, the more that I remember it.
And what do you think the biggest difference is between the first 5 minutes of the game and the last 5 minutes of the game?
The first 5 minutes of your game is the momentum push. I mean, the crowd's most excited. You got your student section, you're warming up, everything. First 5 minutes of the game is definitely the most important. I think if you win the first 5 minutes, you go on to win the rest of the game. And the last 5 minutes, I mean, that's just dig down deep and see who has it more.
And what do you think the biggest ramification of this win or loss is going to be?
Turnovers. It'd definitely be our turnovers. If we can keep the ball in our hands and make baskets and make bunnies, I think we can really come away with this one.
All right, that was segment 1 with me and Pony. We will be right back after a word from our sponsors, Marshall Orthopedics in Tays Valley.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
And welcome back to this segment of Pregame Talks brought to you by Marshall Orthopedics in Tays Valley. I'm Audrey Moles, and this is our guest today, Ryan Smith. My first question for you is, how does your team work together? Like, how do you guys, in the mindset, work together in practices and in games?
Well, we don't have a lot of leadership, but we work together as a team. So we kind of lead each other. We kind of talk to each other. We're like a family. So we try to stick together and respect each other, and that kind of helps us. Yeah.
So what areas of the game are you looking to improve for this game and future games?
My shooting. I probably need to shoot more. Play a little bit better defense, talk more, be a leader.
So what have you heard recently about Sissonville? Have they lost or won any games recently?
We've been more focused on what they play and stuff, and how they play, and what kind of athletes they got, and we've just been working on their sets and stuff like that.
And what do you think sets basketball apart from other sports like football or baseball?
Basketball for me has always been a mix of every sport, like soccer, football, all that stuff. You have to sprint the whole time. You have to be engaged the entire time. But there's also slight little breaks. So it's just really difficult mentally and physically.
All right. Well, that was it for this segment of Pregame Talks. Brought to you by Marshall Orthopedics in Tays Valley. We'll be right back.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Hello and welcome back to this segment of Pregame Talks brought to you by Marshall Orthopedics in Tays Valley. Are there any injured players on the team right now?
No, there are none injured. that are going to be. I think we're all healthy for tonight, all active for tonight. But you know, just small injuries like ankle sprains and things like that. We have a bad history with ankles, and just want to stay away from that.
Who is the highest point scorer, like, per game and overall?
I think it's Ashton Crouch. Ashton Crouch is definitely our highest scorer. He garbage points, man. He's 6'4", jumps up there, gets a rebound every time, and just puts it in. I don't know how some of his shots go in, but they do.
And who do you think has the highest rebounds, you or Ashton? Ashton walks by,
yeah,
they're getting ready to warm up for their game.
He might have more rebounds, but I fight harder for my rebounds.
Okay.
He might get my rebounds, but I'm boxing out 2 men while he's getting that rebound.
Oh, okay. And what's your favorite part of playing basketball? Like, what made it so you wanted to do this instead of another sport over them?
It's really just the atmosphere. I love the game. There's nothing I love more than winning. I can't stand to lose, so, you know, if I can come out here every night, put on a show for this community and win, and we do something that this program hasn't had a lot of.
All right, and we will be right back after a word from our sponsor, Marshall Orthopedics in Tays Valley.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
And welcome back to our last and final segment of this boys pregame talk, brought to you by Marshall Orthopedics in Tays Valley. My next question for you is: do you have a routine for foul shots, like bouncing the ball 5 times?
I rarely get to the free throw line, but when I do, I try to breathe and focus on the rim and dribble the ball just to get a feel for the ball again, and then I just shoot it.
And what's your favorite drill to do in practice?
Probably 3-on-0, and then it transitions into 3-on-2, 2-on-1. It's basically like a fast break drill, and it's just fun.
And what do you think makes a great team captain?
Being vocal and just being there for your teammates, talking, being a leader, keeping your head up, keeping your teammates' heads up, things like that.
And who pumps up the team before each game, and how did they pump up the team?
Pony does. He gets loud. I would say if it wasn't him, it would probably be me, but because I'm the second loudest, but he's louder than me, so I'll give him that.
And when you're in a game, what's your favorite crowd cheer to hear from the stands from the crowd? What gets you really pumped up for the game?
I don't know. Probably when they count the other team's misses during warm-ups. That's hilarious. That just cracks me up every time.
And that's it for this segment of Pregame Talks, brought to you by Marshall Orthopedics in Tays Valley.
That's also it for the boys. We're going to take a small break, and we're going to have the girls come on next.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you. An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Welcome back to this segment of Pregame Talks. Now we got the girls on. Nothing changed between me and Audrey, but on this side we have Ava Edwards and JC Sigmund on the other side here. We got a couple questions for them too, seeing as it's going to be a doubleheader day and it's going to be 2 games tonight. Ava, what is your take on last game?
Last game we had a rough first half. We played really down to our competition, but in the second half we came out with a lot more energy and played more excited, more into the game, and we ended up winning by quite a lot.
And what have you guys been focusing a lot on in practice? I know turnovers is like on the broadcast before. We asked Pat what his keys were: rebounds, turnovers, and in my personal opinion, this wasn't one of Pat's, but this is mine. But I think that we had a lot of missed free throws too. What have you guys been working on in practice?
We've definitely been working on free throws and rebounds. We struggle a lot with rebounds because we're kind of a smaller team with only one girl over 5'10", maybe 2. And so we just struggle with rebounding, so we worked a lot on boxing out, and we've definitely been getting shots up on the free throw line, trying to get that percentage up, and just working on overall the plays and helping the freshmen and everybody learn them as best as they can.
And in your opinion, how do you guys think when you play the first 5 minutes and the last 5 minutes of the game are different?
The first 5 minutes, with how young we are and how unexperienced a lot of people that are in the game are, we have a lot of jitters. So we have a lot of turnovers, a lot of messiness, and I think it's just overwhelming in the first 5 minutes. But then at the end, once we've calmed down, figure out this game speed and everything, we play a lot better.
And what do you think the biggest ramification of the win or loss is tonight? Are they in your conference or are they out?
They're not in our conference, but they're still in like 3A. So if we win, it's a good seeding game. It's a good help for votes to help us look good. And it's 6-0 going into Christmas break if we win. So it's gonna be a big game either way.
All right, and we will be right back after another word from our sponsors, Marshall Orthopedics in Tays Valley.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
This segment of pregame talks brought to you by Marshall Orthopedics in Tays Valley. My first question for you, JC, is how do you think your team works together in practice and out of practice in games?
I feel like as a team we try our best to get each other where we need to be and what we need to do, and we help teach each other. If somebody's lost, we help them figure out what they're supposed to do, especially in plays and stuff, and we kind of just help each other out.
Mm-hmm. After the first couple of games that you've experienced, what are you mainly looking to improve on your game?
Foul shots.
Foul shot.
I've missed a decent amount of foul shots in the past few games, definitely.
What have you heard about Herbert Hoover? What do you think you're going to go into today?
I don't think it's going to be an easy game, but I feel like if we rebound like we need to be doing and make our free throws and stuff, we'll hopefully come away with the dub.
How do you feel about basketball? What sets it apart from other sports such as softball, track, volleyball, things like that?
I've just always been a fan of basketball, even playing and watching, but I think it's just the physicalness and being able to move as a team and work as a team and everything.
Well, that's it for this segment of Pregame Talks brought to you by Marshall Orthopedics in Tays Valley. We'll be right back after this break.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Hello, and welcome back to this segment of Pregame Talks brought to you by Marshall Orthopedics in Tays Valley. Are there any injured players tonight on Hoover or on your all's team?
On Hoover, I don't think so. I think they pretty much have their whole lineup. Anybody that gets playing time at least, I think they have everybody. We don't have any injured players. Praying to keep it that way, so I think both teams have all their players.
And I know that you and Taylor you guys are, I think, either tied, or do you know who's the overall highest scorer in each game?
I think we're both averaging around 15 points a game. I think she might be just slightly higher than I am, but it's really just both of us lead the team scoring-wise. So.
And who do you think the highest rebounder is?
I think it's definitely Haley Newsome. She's so athletic, and she fights for every rebound. She plays really well rebounding. Yeah,
it is Haley. And what is your favorite part of playing basketball? Why did you pick it as your main sport other than playing other sports?
I fell in love with basketball in middle school. I always really liked it as a game, just playing with competition, and I was talented with it, so I worked hard for it, and it's just something I chose.
All right, and that's the end of this segment. We'll be right back after these words from Marshall Orthopedic in Tays Valley.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Back to this segment of pregame talks brought to you by Marshall Orthopedics in Tays Valley. Do you guys have any pregame rituals that you do before, like touching the Wildcat or getting in a huddle and chanting?
As a team, when we're in the locker room, our coach Andy always takes us out with one of our chants to get us out and get us hype.
What is your favorite drill to do in practice?
Probably just shooting drills. We don't really do many drills.
And what do you think makes a great team captain?
Someone who knows how to lead the team and keeps it respectful with their teammates. If you're being rude with your teammates or your coaches or anything, then it just not right.
Who pumps up the team before a game? And what do they do to make you get hyped?
If Andy's here as a coach, he definitely takes the spot in pumping us up. But as a team, we kind of all we either do our own thing and get ourselves hyped, or we just get together and hope we win.
And when you're on the court, what's your favorite crowd cheer to hear from the stands that really gets you in the mood for the game?
I wouldn't say there's any specific one, but when you hear the crowd just getting pumped up, if it's a good game, especially if it's a close game, and you just hear them ready to go, then it definitely gets you hyped.
That's it for this segment of pregame talks brought to you by Marshall Orthopedics in Tays Valley.
And that's also the end for the girls. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to bring some of the cheerleaders on to talk to them next.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you. An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Back to this segment of pregame talks brought to you by Marshall Orthopedics. Sorry, getting a little stumbled there saying it so many times. This is Emily Truman. And that is Delana Fleming, some of the cheerleaders here at Nitro. Got a couple questions for you, of course, again. How many cheerleaders are on the team?
There is, I think, 19.
19. Wow.
Yeah.
But that's something me and Eric always talk about whenever we do these basketball games and you guys are here. We always make fun of him. Eric always says, Nitro and there are 40 million cheerleaders. Kind of makes it funny. What inspired you to start cheering? Like, what's your favorite part about cheering?
My favorite part about cheering is the friendships that you make along the way. Whenever I was younger, I wasn't really athletic, and whenever I got to middle school, I decided to start something, and cheerleading is just we just clicked, I guess you could say.
And what is the person that you guys throw up in the air for the stunts called?
The flyer.
And have you ever been a flyer?
I've tried it once, but I prefer to do stuff on the ground, not in the air.
And on the ground. From other people's perspective that that is a flyer, do you think it's pretty dangerous, or do you think it's pretty safe with you guys down there to catch?
It depends really who your stunt group is, but I think it's pretty safe as long as you have a good stunt group.
Alrighty, and we're going to take a short break here. That was segment 5, really, with me and Emily here from Marshall Orthopedics in Tays Valley.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
And welcome back to this segment of pregame talks brought to you by Marshall Orthopedics in Tays Valley. Today I'm here with cheer captain Delana Fleming. So what really inspired you to start cheering when you first started? When did you first start?
I started when I was 8 years old. I was a dancer for a very long time, and I just wanted to try something new, and cheer kind of spoke to me.
And how does it feel to be a cheer captain this year? What really pushed you to be like, I want to do this?
I wasn't really expecting to get captain at all, but it's a very huge honor, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I love it.
What's your favorite floor cheer to do while you're cheering out in the games?
Well, this year for our floor cheers, my favorite is our competition cheer that we did at regionals. It's the best one that I've ever done, I think.
And what's your favorite crowd cheer to do with the crowd? I know we have a lot of crowd cheers.
Yeah, we do have a lot of crowd cheers. My favorite is probably going to be Who's Going to Win It, Yell It, Spell It, NNNIT.
So, who are our Flyers on the team this year?
We have Torrance, who is a freshman, and then we have Gabby, who is a sophomore, and then we have Carson Van Camp, who is a junior, and she flew for our competition team.
Have you ever personally wanted or have been a Flyer?
I have been a Flyer. I don't want to be a Flyer anymore. I did it for a long
Why don't you want to be a
time.
Flyer?
It's scary, and you have to have a lot of trust in your stunt group.
And who are our tumblers on the team? I know we have a lot of tumblers that come through during the breaks and just go across the floor.
So this is the first year that I've been on the team where 3/4 of our team tumbles. So we have to take turns with tumbling and tumble together. So we tumble a lot.
And that was it for this segment of Pregame Talks brought to you by Marshall Orthopedics in Tays Valley. We'll be right back.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
And we're back. How is your cheer competitions? Are they along like an all-day type of thing, or do you guys get to go and then leave?
Well, the cheer competitions, it's an all-day thing really for the cheerleaders, but the competition part is not that long at all.
Okay, and now we got a couple of questions about basketball that we think maybe you might know as like being a cheerleader, and you've been a cheerleader, and so has she pretty much your whole life, right?
Since 6th grade.
Since 6th?
Yeah.
What about you?
I've been a cheerleader since I've been in 3rd grade.
All right. What is the diameter of a basketball for girls and boys, because they are different?
Got any guesses?
No guesses.
And what do you think the diameter of a hoop is?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
It's 18 inches. What's the total number of teams in the AA conference in West Virginia?
A lot.
I think I'm going to take a guess at, like, in all of West Virginia?
The AA, yes, all of West Virginia.
Maybe 25?
Close, 33
33.
teams.
And should be an easy one because it's kind of like a common known thing. What's the difference between a ground and the basket, like the height?
Can't it vary because, like...
For when you get to like when you're younger, it varies, but once you hit high school and middle school, it pretty much stays the same.
Oh. I don't know. I've never really paid attention.
Yeah, I've never.
It's 10 feet.
Oh, I missed at 18.
Oh, yeah. All right, and that is the Pregame Talk Show live version brought to you by Marshall Orthopedics in Tays Valley. We'll see you guys next week.